أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة
وإلى مدين أخاهم شعيبا قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره ولا تنقصوا المكيال والميزان إني أراكم بخير وإني أخاف عليكم عذاب يوم محيط.
There are studies showing that performing a gratitude practice can lead to a pervasive, a long-lasting impact on subjective well-being. People report feeling happier, more meaning, joy, even awe for their life experience.
The Prophet ﷺ once said, there is a name of Allah that whoever uses it, no dua will be rejected. So one day Anas radiallahu anhu, he says, I was sitting with the Prophet ﷺ in the mosque. When a man prayed, then he bowed, then he made sujood. And when he finished, he said the following, اللهم إني أسألك بأني أشهد أنك أنت الله لا إله إلا أنت الأحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. And then he continued asking Allah. Rasul ﷺ turned and he said to that man, you have asked Allah using His greatest name. لقد سألته باسمه الأعظم. You have asked Allah using His greatest name, which if one supplicates with it, He responds, and if he asked with it, He will give. So there's two types Allah does, either responds or He gives. Ujib means He responds in the best way that is good for you. Yu'atiq, so su'al means He gives you exactly what you want. And he said, you asked Allah in that glory name.
إذا رأيت الله يؤنسك بذكره فقد أحبك وكيف لو أحبك أكثر من ذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب لا تطع من أغفلنا قلبه عن ذكرنا واتبع هواه وكان أمره فرطا. أنا عايز أقول لك لسانك لا يفتر عن ذكر الله عز وجل.
كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يذكر الله على كل حال.
عاوزين الذكر يطلع من قلوب مؤمنة، من قلوب خاشعة منكسرة.
الصبر patience, taken from the fruit tree, sabr. Have you seen the prickly pear? It's a nasty tree, and it's got so many prickles on it. And to be able to get, if you're able to get through all the prickles and the sharpened thorns, guess what you get out of it? A sweet, tasty fruit that looks amazing of different colors. But you have to get through the thorns. You've got to be patient and careful and persevere, and then you'll get to the sweetness. Imagine the life like that prickly pear. You need to get through the thorns, and eventually you'll get to the sweetness, insha'Allah ta'ala. And I finish by saying, patience, brothers and sisters, has 3 types. The first type of patience that we need to persevere with is worship and fulfilling the commands of Allah. The second level of patience is the opposite. To persevere and be patient and work hard and wrestle against doing sins. And that with this, the last one everybody knows, and that's what most people go through, and that is when tragedies, calamities come your way. What do you do with this patience? You hold yourself together.
If you were to improve, whether it's Quran, whether it's not eating sweets, whether it's your diet, whether it's exercise, whether it's emotional stuff, just by 1% every day, then you would be very, very close to your goals. Now, this is where it meets up with the deen, because Islam is a faith and a religion that gets us to think about delayed gratitude. It's not about instant gratification. We want instant gratification, and so we expect change to happen right away. No, that's not the way it happens. We suffer, and then it pays off later, both in the afterlife and with our habits.
What is Qadar? And what does it mean, good and bad? Sometimes it appears as Qada, and sometimes Qadar. Both of these words are the same thing. You can say Qada and Qadar is the belief, the Muslim belief, that everything that happens is pre-measured and predetermined by Allah and only Allah, before He created creation, based on His infinite knowledge, His will, His power, His wisdom, His justice, and His mercy. Assume that Allah has a plan for you or a forgiveness from you. And if it happens to you, you don't understand why, persevere through it. And know that Allah will not let anything go in vain. He will reward you or forgive you, and it will all be counted for you as an investment for your hereafter.